Hello everyone, Nigad here, and welcome to another match of LittleWarGame. Today's game is going to be played on Ravaged between SlammerIV with the red pieces versus his opponent, Zelos, playing with the blue pieces on Ravaged. Two good players. SlammerIV actually incredibly strong. Has been playing for... well, I don't know exactly how long, but he's made YouTube videos on LittleWarGame that go as far as like 4 years ago. So very strong player. Has played... no, I think he's recently got 1,000 wins in ranked. Just like the other day. So very strong player. Very strong player. Probably played the most ranked games out of every single person who's played LittleWarGame. Very good, very strong. We even saw him play in a few tournaments, and yeah, absolutely strong player. Zelos, I know less about, but I do know that he is a good player. Going for a interesting house placement, basically using this house to make sure that no one can do a worker drop and block this area. It also serves as a wall, like a full wall. If you can put like a soldier here or some sort of unit, it will block any enemy units from going there. So using this house, very similar to how you would use your initial buildings to wall off in a game, say like StarCraft. Slammer going for this Rax, and then he's also going up against 3 Den. Yes, so Zelos building 3 Dens here. So typically what we see out of Den pressure is 2 Den. But that's not that's not what's going on here. Zelos is producing out of 3 Dens. SlammerIV going for the Worker Scout. I actually do like this Worker Scout. It's something that I've done for a very long time. I don't do this very frequently anymore. Yeah, it actually looks like he's going for the exact build order I mentioned a while ago. But SlammerIV now going to be able to see the fact that there are 2 Dens here, is going to have to respond to this, sends the worker back, is probably going to want to try to do some damage to this. Zelos, I really hope he's built an extra house, because currently he is supply blocked. Ooh, it does not look like he did the timing of this quite correctly in terms of when to free up some supply. Worker does die. It actually indirectly frees up some supply for this additional wolf to go down. But no house, no additional house. Instead, we do see that SlammerIV is going for worker. Zealous just taking a lot of time to control these wolves here. Again, no house. If you don't get the house, you're just going to be supply blocked. Zealous does finally build the additional house. Workers fighting against wolves will not be able to get the most efficient trades. However, this raider doing a lot to keep his position alive. Zelos losing a lot of wolves. Slammer doing a really good job defending against this 3 Den pressure. So this is typically the reason why we do not see 3 Dens. If you want to do like a Den all-in the early game, it's purely because of that house. You typically want to go just 2 Den because I think you only have, like, the timings, how it works out in the economy and everything. You really only have the income to produce out of 2 Dens while getting houses so that you don't remain supply blocked. If you want to play in a way that sacrifices wolves, then absolutely build 3 Dens and just make sure your wolves die so you don't get supply blocked. Or just build out of 2 Dens and don't lose any wolves. But I like this idea, the 3 Den pressure. Definitely trying to go for something very strong here, very strong here. SlammerIV defending it, though. He's got the tower, which defends this entrance, actually putting his building placement in a way that he can place his tower here, which will defend his worker line. I think it covers everything, the entrance into his second base, as well as this area pretty close to the house. I don't know if it covers this area, but it probably does. Oh, it definitely does if it has range 7. Slammer losing another raider. Zelos keeping up the pressure with these wolves. Slammer Definitely going to need to target this wolf down. Does not. I wonder if he's going to target fire these wolves. It looks like he was able to do. Slammer pulling more wolves. That extra raider that just came out of the racks is going to help defend against this. Zelos A moving, and as a result, he ends up targeting some of the workers, where maybe, or perhaps in certain locations, he just wants to target that raider that came out. Damage on the watchtower gets healed up. Zelos going for a pretty committed push here. He hasn't started a castle. He is currently supply blocked. And it makes sense, right? If you're going to commit to 3 den, then you're going to try to kill your opponent. But SlammerIV doing a really good job of defending this. And now looks like he's going to go for some tech. So realizing that it's going to be very difficult to move out onto the map when your opponent is trying to continue with these wolves means that you're going to try to want to do some 2-base plays. And it looks like the play SlammerIV is going for is those dragons. Zelos did get that extra house, is going to get another house, so he's going to keep up the wolf production. He's going to try to contain his opponent, but he's doing this off of 1 base. Let's go ahead and take a look at the income. So income is under T. SlammerIV having mined about 300 more gold than his opponent. That's a full castle more than your opponent, which is it's a good amount. And then now going for dragons. And then at the same time, Slammer has lost fewer workers. So Slammer is about 500 gold ahead of his opponent. Obviously, he had to build this watchtower. He lost a couple raiders, so some of that gold is caught up in the watchtower. Some of it is also caught up in, say, this watchtower as well. But yeah, Zelos going for the 3 den. He's just committed. He is a very committed person. Actually, because he's so committed, I would like to see him just attack. You have to do something. Your opponent, you can confirm that your opponent is mining on 2 bases. Looks like Zelos realizes that's the decision he's going to have to make. Even tries to run in some of these wolves here. What I would want to see is Zelos move some of these wolves back and transition or trade wolf health for building health. But it looks like Zelos is going for a little bit more of a committed attack here, wanting to send his wolves into this worker line, getting some worker kills actually. Watchtower in the meantime, putting some tremendous damage onto these wolves here. Archers in the back were staying relatively safe. Now they are the front line. Workers, some of them dying. Wolves going down. A lot of wolves going down. Raiders also doing a good job. This one on like 4 health is able to stay alive and repel that damage. At the same time, Slammer going for dragons. So not only is he defending this pressure here, but he's going to tech up, and Zelos is not going to have an answer for this, is he? SlammerIV defended, completely defended, producing workers. I'd like to see SlammerIV continue to produce workers even from his fortress here. But dragon does come out. Zelos, again, just on that 1 base, having lost a lot of wolves. It looks like Slammer is going to move on to the other side of the map. This will do 2 things. It'll scout for him, so he'll be able to see if his opponent was able to get a 2nd base at any point. And if not, I mean, in this case... Oh, Zelos decided to pull the workers. He's pulling the boys. What's going on here? I guess Zelos is just going to go for a fully 100% push here. But Dragon, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage. And even before that, he's going to put some damage on these units before they even go for the attack. 1 more tower placed here. I'd love to see these workers on hold position. Just hold position, which SlammerIV does do. Actually, I can't really tell anymore. Yes, they are in hold position, which means that they won't be targeted by the wolves as long as other army is there. Looks like Zelos put his wolves on hold position, which made it so that the wolves could only target the workers. Really interesting micro from both of these players. And SlammerIV with these dragons, with the workers just arriving, but not arriving soon enough to be useful, does mean that SlammerIV wins the game here. So Really interesting opening by Zelos and SlammerIV. Really great defense. Hopefully this will be a good video for those who might be curious about how to defend two DENS, to learn to see an example. So we see that SlammerIV had his raiders. He even had to pull a few workers, and then he ended up getting that watchtower. So very good defense by Slammer, and then very intriguing opening from Zelos. So hopefully if you enjoyed this game, please leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.